Dayenu, 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 Dayenu. Hey! Hello everyone and welcome back to Everybody Loves English with me, your English teacher, Mr. Nick. As you're starting to see, there are many holidays and celebrations in the spring. Spring represents a time for fresh and new beginnings, as well as the triumph of good over evil. Today's holiday, no different. We're talking about Passover. First things first, what is Passover? Passover is the celebration of the Jews' escape from slavery and their exodus from Egypt. And you can read all about it, that's right, in the book of Exodus. Interesting side note. Exodus comes from the Greek word EXODOS, which literally means the road out. It's a combination of the words exo, which means out, and the word ODOS, which means road. You put them together, what do you get? The road out. EXODOS. Now, I know most of you might not have enough time to go ahead and read the book of Exodus, so before we get into how this holiday is celebrated, here's a quick history of Passover, or Pesach as it's called in Hebrew. According to the Jewish story of Passover, the angel of death spared the Israelites by passing over their homes when delivering the 10th and final plague to Egypt. Passover is sometimes referred to by Jews as the time of our freedom. You see, approximately 3,500 years ago, Jewish people were slaves in ancient Egypt. The pharaoh was a pretty evil guy who would not let Jewish people worship their God. Long story short, God spoke to Moses and asked him to meet with the pharaoh and negotiate the release of the Jewish people. When the king refused to listen, God delivered a series of punishments, the 10 plagues. These included infestations of frogs, lice, and locusts. The pharaoh kept going back on his promise to God to let the Jews go. The 10th and final plague was the most serious of all. God vowed to kill the firstborn son in every household in Egypt. Moses told the Israelites to sacrifice a lamb and place the blood on the doorsteps on the day of the massacre. This was a sign to the angel of death to pass over these homes and spare the children of Israel. The pharaoh finally gave in to God's demands and liberated the Jews. To symbolize their gratitude, it is tradition for firstborn Jewish sons to fast the day before Passover. Although Passover is a one-week holiday, it basically turns into a 1-month-long event for Jewish people with weeks of intense religious spring cleaning. They gotta remove what they call all the chametz, which is leavened wheat, oats, rye, barley, and spelt, all of which are foods forbidden on the Jewish holiday of Passover. Jewish households put in a lot of effort and hard work to get their homes ready for Passover and to avoid all of those grains. So this basically means that for 8 days, no bread, no pasta, no pizza, no cake, no cookies, klum, shum davar, nothing. And to really show they mean business, they even burn and get rid of any leftovers found in any corner of the house. So what do they eat? Well, they eat lots of matzah. Oh yeah, lots of it. Matzah is a fairly simple and crisp type of bread, almost like a cracker. And they eat that for 8 days. It doesn't have any yeast in it, so it bakes flat. There's 2 main reasons why they eat matzah for Passover. It's believed to be very similar to the kind of bread that their ancestors ate when they were slaves in Egypt. And for that reason, it's often called the bread of affliction. When the Jews left Egypt for freedom, they left in haste, with urgency, and they didn't have time for their bread to rise before baking. So it kind of looked like matzah. Jewish people really have a blast on Passover. They drink lots of wine and then sing some wild drinking songs. They stay up late, and it's a gigantic party, no joke. The way that Jews celebrate Passover is with a formal meal called a Seder. It means order. The Seder has 15 different steps, 15, but many Jews usually call it a night after the meal, which is only step 11. Traditional or more religious Jews will in fact complete all the steps. It can take many hours, and it usually does. At the Seder, they read from a very special book called a Haggadah. They recount the story of their journey away from slavery towards freedom. They tell the stories of the 10 epic plagues that God brought down to set them free. They drink 4 cups of wine or grape juice and sing some drinking songs that make you want to sing along to them all night long. Kids love Seders too. They get to stay up much later than usual, and they make some great lifelong memories with family and friends. Non-Jews are always welcome at Seders too, so they can experience all the culture and tradition, the fun and the storytelling. That's why it's not surprising that many Jewish people, regardless of age, can get a little nostalgic around Passover. It happens to all of us with any holiday that's close to our hearts. And Jewish people love remembering and making new Passover memories. You know, sitting around the table, laughing and singing, eating the classic traditional Passover foods. And there might be some manischewitz there too. If you have friends, classmates, or coworkers that are celebrating Passover, make sure to wish them a happy Passover by saying Pesach Sameach and Hag Sameach. And if you enjoyed today's video, remember to hit subscribe, hit that little bell to get notified every time we publish a new video. And if you can't remember how to say Pesach Sameach or Hag Sameach, it's easy. Just say Happy Passover. You know why? Because Baruch Hashem, everybody loves English. Thanks for watching, guys. See you soon.